Because what I'm going to show you in this video is probably the most important lesson I can give you on this channel. Nothing is more important than this right now.
Welcome back to Aura. I'm Kyle, and in this video, we're reacting to Alex Becker's best advice for success and getting rich. And if you don't know who Alex Becker is, he has a software company. He has a net worth of over $200 million. And he used to be the freaking Michael Jordan of digital marketing back in the day. I mean, like Alex Hormozi probably has the title these days, but before Alex Hormozi really popped off, Alex Becker was like the mentor of all the big mentors in the digital marketing space. He was very huge in that space and then decided to give all of this stuff away for free because now he's focused on a software company. But in this video, he goes over the best advice he has for success and becoming rich. So let's jump into this.
So I'm about to show you something pretty dark. This is deeply embarrassing to me. I'm getting irks just thinking about you seeing it. And I'm going to make myself vulnerable here and make myself look like a clown because what I'm going to show you in this video is probably the most important lesson I can give you on this channel. You can watch all my business tactics, everything I've laid out and how I've built a near multi-nine-figure net worth. Nothing is more important than this right now. So please watch this quick video.
Hey guys, what is up? Becker here, and I have some really amazing news today, but first have some...
Ugh. Who is that guy? That's me. Fat in my tiny closet Harry Potter-like bedroom paying $200 per month where I blogged about SEO and then helped get people onto my SEO service. As you can tell by that video, I wasn't making a lot of money then and I was also very fat. I was a chunky, healthy boy because I was drinking White Russians every single night when I went out. In short, it is cringe as fuck. You watch that video, like if you watched it back then, imagine being my friend or family member. You go onto YouTube and you see that kid from high school that you used to hang out with, or that friend you know, or your son or whatever family member doing this with that little tiny bedroom being like, come, excellent news, we got my new SEO blog up, come check it out. And then writing very poorly written content on the internet. You're just gonna be like, oh my God, what a dork, what a...
Oh my gosh, yeah. So basically, went through something similar myself, right? When I first got into high ticket sales, yeah, my friends thought I was ridiculous at the time, right? And my family did too. And my first social media posts, maybe we can edit them into this after the fact, but man, it was looking back pretty embarrassing. Even my old YouTube videos and stuff. But everyone kind of sucks when they're brand new to something, right? And now I have friends that are super excited with all the things I'm doing career-wise, and yeah, even help me out, and I get excited about what they're doing, right? But that initial phase was rough. Definitely getting showered with judgments from my current friend groups and my family, brand new.
Failure. Oh, cringe. I'm so embarrassed for him. Now, the joke's on everybody who thought that way, because within 4 to 5 years, I had taken that business that was super cringe terrible to a $400,000 per month business. It was called SourceWave back then. And of course, it started dog shit and cringe, but eventually grew to one of the bigger SEO brands in the space at the time and made me a multimillionaire. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm displaying to you my one superpower. I am willing to make an absolute clown of myself. I am willing to be cringe as fuck in the sake of progress. And I'm going to share with you the ultimate point here in a second. The reason why I am posting this video right now, and I'm not making jokes or anything because this is that damn important, is because I do a live stream every Sunday at 11:30 Eastern. You should come join it, subscribe, check it out. It's a really nice place to be. But on these streams, I answer questions ranging from how to get your first customer to how to get a nice jawline, and then whether Muay Thai is better than jiu-jitsu and self-defense. It's a real aimless kind of shit show. It's really terrible content. If you're used to the shit that's on this channel, you're not going to be surprised. But the reason why I'm referencing that is the number one question I get is, how do I get started doing this? Is this the right thing to do? Should I do this thing right here? What if I'm scared or risk or just everything people can do not to get started? And I'm going to tell you right now, The reason I think I've reached a level of success that other people rarely achieve is not because I'm extremely smart or talented or have some special ability. It's because I'm willing to make a clown of myself and be cringe. I'm willing to be bad at things. For example, here's me doing jiu-jitsu early on. I posted this video online. People just ripped me apart. Like, look at this old 35-year-old dude trying to learn how to defend himself. I'm pretty good at jiu-jitsu now. I have about 800 hours under my belt. I don't actively practice right now, but I was able to get my blue belt, and I set out in my first year to get my blue belt in my first year, and I did jiu-jitsu every single day for an hour and a half to 2 hours, 6 times a week. And I achieved my blue belt in record time at one of the toughest competitive gyms in Texas. I'm very proud of that, and I'm going to get back into jiu-jitsu, but I'm really working on my business a lot right now. I just wanted to point out, again, I am making an absolute ass of myself on the internet. People just lighting me up. And while I'm not Jackie Chan or anything like that, I'm pretty proud of my accomplishment right there because very few people can do that. Again, here is me playing guitar early on. Again, I post videos like this early on when I was playing guitar. People just lit me up. And maybe if you're new to guitar, you don't know much about guitar, that might sound okay, like progress. That's terrible, terrible, shameful guitar playing. Just absolute shit. But again, I'm putting myself out there and making myself vulnerable and willing to go through that first period where you just suck at something. And the first time you ever do anything, here's the big lesson I'm trying to pass on to you. The first time you ever do anything, it is going to be cringe. It's going to be embarrassing. People are going to see you do and go, And the number one way to be successful, beyond all the business tactics, beyond all the things I talk about on this fucking channel, is you have to get started and you have to keep moving forward past through the bullshit and the crap in the initial period. If you can do this, if you can just do this one thing, you're going to be more successful than 99.95% of people, because no one else gets past this point. They refuse to be seen as a clown. They refuse to be cringe. They refuse to be looked down upon, while their status in society is already very low. People go to college, people go and get these degrees, people do every fucking thing they can to never be a beginner and just suck at something for a year or two. For example, if we're referencing jiu-jitsu here, and I'm not a jiu-jitsu master or someone who could teach jiu-jitsu, anything like that, it's just such an excellent metaphor for so many different things. So many people want to learn how to fight. They want to be able to defend themselves. They want to have confidence to defend themselves, and they never do it because that moment to get on the mats the first time and go be an absolute clown and just realize you're a defenseless baby, they just won't get past that point. And so they do everything they possibly can to avoid that, and what the result is, they go through their entire life not being able to defend themselves from a baby child, a small wee man. They have absolutely no way, if someone came up on the street and slapped them in the face and said, "Give me your wallet," they have no recourse whatsoever. And the same thing, again, it's not about beating people up. That's not the point. It's just such a good metaphor because people approach their financial lives the exact same way. The number one reason why most of my friends or people I knew growing up didn't start businesses or try to go for the clouds is because they didn't want to be seen as losers. They didn't want to go through that sticky, icky point because people would look down on them and make fun of them. You saw that first video. I'll play a quick little clip of it again.
Then we're going to be going over our whole entire SEO.
Yeah, so we'll jump right back into this, but yeah, I mean, everyone has that cringe phase when they're new to something, looking like an absolute fool, right? And I'm actually going to pull out some Gary V and actually a saying that we've all heard, like, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Right? And what that basically means, and I like to say it, those who judge don't matter and those who matter don't judge, is that if people like stop liking you because you're going after your dreams and you're doing something that's really important to you, then they're not your fucking people anyways, right? And on the flip side, when you go after your dreams, right, and you're doing what's like genuinely real for you, people won't care. Your friends won't care if you look like a fool or if you look like an idiot. They'll respect you, right? And it's funny because like my first digital ad, I looked like such a freaking fool, but my friends that have businesses and that sort of stuff were actually high-fiving me, right? When I first was doing like high ticket sales and I did some stuff with like some content and stuff, my friends that weren't into that space before I just kind of built a new friend group that was super in alignment with where I wanted to go, right, over time. They all thought I was freaking weird and crazy and ridiculous, right? So once again, a lot of people let other people's opinions, other people's judgments, and this kind of stuff block them from even getting started with what they care about in the first place, right? So hope that's not you.
Strategy that we've kind of combined together that's working so well.
Ew. Just ew, you feel bad for Alex Becker. Imagine back then viewing that before I had any level of success and being like, man, that guy he's really doing poorly after high school. Oh. And in order for me to progress as fast as possible, I not only had to go and do this stuff hiding in my little bedroom, I had to actually go and put myself out there. I would have never been making YouTube videos. I would have never gone into crypto YouTube. I would never have the followers I have. I would never have been able to build a business and attract business at first if I didn't just go and put myself out there and fucking do it and just go, this is going to suck. This is going to be terrible. Just do it. And so the point of this video that I think you can probably deduce from now is you have to accept being cringe. You have to look at something, and if you're not feeling cringe doing it, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're not going in the right direction. When you are in these states where you're cringe and you're putting yourself on stage and actually putting yourself to be judged, this is when your growth is maximized. If you look at every big successful motherfucker you look up to in any type of realm, whether it's sports, whether it's money making, whatever the fuck it is, every single one of them has these little videos laying around the internet where they look cringe as fuck and everyone's like, hey, look at this dork. I would never be embarrassed like that. Thank God I just sit in my 9-to-5 job with my chronic college debt and I never had to embarrass myself. And the truth is, if you don't go and accept being cringe, you don't accept being a clown a little bit early on and getting through that sludge, that shitty period where you're the inexperienced newcomer who doesn't know what you're doing. If you can't accept doing that, guess what? For the rest of your life, you're just going to be a clown by default. You're going to be that motherfucker who's 40 years old and still making just enough money to cover your rent, and you're worried and stressed about money your entire life. You're going to be that person that can't defend themselves. You're going to be that person with no skills or talent and nothing remarkable about them because they just wouldn't be cringe. And what people don't realize is being able to do this is a superpower, because when you put yourself out to be judged, it's like pressing a rock with immense pressure, and that turns into a diamond. This is how you turn into a precious gem, a firework, let your colors shine kind of video. But doing that puts immense pressure on yourself to actually get better and judge yourself and look at where you're going. A lot of people, for example, they'll play guitar in their bedroom, never let anybody listen to it, never put themselves out there be judged, and never actually have to face the music that you suck ass. And so they'll sit there and they'll never progress. It's the same thing with their business. They'll do everything they possibly can not to get on the phone, not to put a video out there on YouTube, not to talk to people. They'll go set up businesses, LLCs, all the things, but they'll avoid the one point where they have to face the music that they suck and that they're kind of embarrassing. And if you can't get over that, you just won't be successful. But the joke is on all the people judging you. You're going to have people making fun of you no matter what you do. You're going to have people looking down on you no matter what you do because you're a beginner. But these are people that are fucking nobodies. They've done nothing. They can't do anything with their life. There's nothing remarkable about them whatsoever because their biggest objective in life is not to be judged. The reason why people don't go and take fucking risks is because they don't want people to think of them as poor or look down on them. For example, if you lost all your fucking money, what would be the worst case scenario? You get a minimum wage job, I don't know, and get a cheap apartment and then try to make your money back again. That's the worst situation right there. The only thing that people are actually fucking afraid of when it comes to taking risk and making money is having their parents, family, friends, or whatever think they're poor and not successful. Okay, so your counter objective to that, the way you're going to fight that is just be poor and unsuccessful your entire life or just mediocre. That's what people are doing when they go to college. That's what they do when they sit on the jobs they fucking hate. They avoid everything in their entire life. They avoid every point of success in order to protect their egos or how they believe other people view them. And it's absolutely ridiculous because you end up sacrificing everything in your life, every progress you do, because you're afraid of what other people think of you that don't even think about you or care about what you're going to do with your life. They're going to cringe for 1 minute and then they're never going to think of you ever again. And then when you do this, once you get past this point where you suck and it's cringe, look, I'm not going to say, for example, that I am now a jiu-jitsu master and I can play guitar and look at me now, I'm playing on stage. I fucking suck at both of them, kind of in my opinion. Those are just my hobbies. But when it comes to business, I don't fucking suck. And what's going to happen is when you get past this cringe point, you're going to get to the point where people are like, oh, okay, well, it looks like he's making progress. And they just stop thinking about you altogether. Then you're going to get to the point where you're fucking great and people are like, oh, he got lucky, or, he's just got some super duper talent. For example, people saw Alex Becker make $100 million in one day, and all they're focused on is his pitch and all the things of that. They haven't seen all of Alex's videos back 10 years ago where he's in a little dark room talking about his gyms. He's been doing this shit for fucking ever. What you just saw was the culmination of 10 years of getting through crunch and sludge and bullshit, but nobody focuses on that. They just look at it and go, oh wow, he must be so talented. I wish I had that ability. And it's because you have to accept.
Yeah, so he's bringing up Alex Becker too. I mean, Alex Becker is the hottest in the space right now. He just broke the non-fiction all-time book sales records, and he's just crushing it on so many different areas. But even Alex Becker, was a noob, and Alex Becker too. So basically, little backstory, I've coached over 200 people in high ticket sales, right? And basically everyone that was new was like kind of bad at first, right? And a bunch of my friends, right? And like they have their friends and their family, kind of all concerned, throwing in their opinions and their feedback. And then the ones who didn't quit, like all got at least good. Some of them got great. Some of them started their own businesses and are millionaires now, right? And and everyone kind of that was against them, right, or judging them is now like, yeah, I know that guy, you know, or like Alex Becker was saying, or they got like, oh, he got lucky and this and that, right? So basically, everyone that I know that kind of stuck with it, they got their break at some point, right? Eventually it's hit for them, whether it's high ticket sales, whether it's entrepreneurship. Sometimes you even got to pivot, right? But literally, like everyone that I've seen, specifically for high ticket sales that didn't freaking quit, made it. And entrepreneurship, not everyone makes it, right? Like on average in the United States, like you have over a 90% chance of the business closing within 10 years of starting or something like that. But over and over again, right? I saw some guys that like you wouldn't even think could run a business, like transform, like turn into full-on leaders and powerhouses, right? And most people never even get freaking started in the first place because they don't want the freaking cringe and the hard work. So this is it's music to my ears.
Being cringe. And so my last words to you on this is I think I've made the point. When you are going out there, number one, if you are starting something, there's going to be these things you resist doing. Almost every single one of them is connected to public shame. When people start the business, the main thing they don't want to do is sell on the phone or sell to somebody or put themselves out there on YouTube or social media, even though it's the most effective thing. Just do it. It's like, again, with jiu-jitsu. When you go out there and you want to learn how to defend yourself, the hardest part of actually doing it is actually starting, getting on the mat, putting on your little bathrobe the first time, meeting some strange man you've never met before and rolling around with him and just getting toppled and having him sit on top of you so then you can't breathe. Like, you just don't want to go out there and admit the fact that you're a little pussy. That's the hardest part about starting any combat sport. You have to go face the music that you're a little pussy, especially when you're older. Imagine being 35, you go walk into a jiu-jitsu room for the first time, never defended yourself really in your life, we're in a little bathrobe, and you just have to roll around with a Brazilian man. It's very awkward, and it's like a weird experience. If you feel that ick, that I just kind of described right there, that's the sign you need to go do it, because that's the thing you know you need to do. People just go around, like I said before, and they play with playing business. They go make a website. They go build an Instagram, but they don't post on it. They get an LLC. They write out all the little things they're going to do, and then they like do everything possible not to face that one moment where you have to actually go and face the world with your business and talk to people. When you feel like that, number one, just do it. The fucking end. Now, how do you get past this just a little bit? What is something you can tell yourself to do it? You have to realize that the way you're viewing yourself and the way the scope of what you view your life is wrong. Let me explain. The way most people view themselves is not by how they actually think and view themselves. They view themselves by what they believe other people think of them or how other people view them. So they think about themselves what they think other people think. Let's break that down for a second. So one, who you are and everything about you. If you were just looking at yourself through that guy in the computer I put at the beginning of it. If I was just me in a vacuum right there, what am I? Who am I? I'm a guy that wants to change his life and be better and more successful and not have to worry about money and all the good things that come with self-growth and development. There's nothing shameful about that at all. But the reason why people won't do that is because they think that other people are going to think that they're a failure. So what they're doing is it's not even what people think of them. Because if someone watches that cringe video or sees you doing something cringe, they're going to go, make fun of you for a second, talk about you maybe a little bit, and then never think about you again. The truth is people don't think about you at all. No one really cares that much until you're doing something really big. If you're not important and doing big things in the world, no one thinks about you at all. But what people do is they base their egos around what they imagine that other people think about them. But the truth is they're not being thought about them. So you're creating this archetype or this persona or this fucking narrative in your head where you're thinking other people are sitting around thinking bad things about you, and then you think that is you. That is that end situation right there is you, when the truth is that's not you. We go back to the base one. You're a person that wants to actually change your life, make your life better. Two, people aren't even thinking about you, so you're imagining what other people are thinking about you and then using that to frame who you are as a person. It's so fucked up and ass backwards, and it's the most effective way to stop yourself from doing literally anything. And so what you need to do is you need to take it down to the base level. Who are you actually when you are doing this cringe, terrible stuff? For example, me playing guitar like a 5-year-old baboon. Who am I actually right there? Am I the world's worst guitar player and doing something shameful? Well, yes, I am probably the world's worst guitar player. But what I am doing is I'm a person who's trying to elevate my life by adopting a hobby that I've always wanted to do and get good at. And I'm putting myself under pressure and sharing my progress with the world. That's who I actually am in that video. I'm not some embarrassing fucking dork. I am, but I'm fine with that because if you go back to the base level, I'm that first person who wants to improve his life and do something new and be great at a whole bunch of different things. What's shameful or embarrassing or cringe about that? Absolutely fucking nothing. The only people who would actually judge that and be mean about that are people who are fucking losers. Trust me, there is no one that's fucking successful that's making millions and millions of dollars per month or year or whatever. No one that you look up to successful that's going to see you trying, see you making an attempt at something and being bad at it and laugh at you and think you're cringe. Like they're just not going to give a fuck. Like they got other things going on. 2, if they see that, there's not enough fucks in their body to actually care that you're embarrassing yourself. 3, if they're nice or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, I remember being like that. That's it. And so you really should think about that as well, because all the people you look up to and all the people whose opinion actually matters, that's what they're going to think. And so you're worrying about the opinions of people that are fucking losers. Like no one has time to cringe at you or care or laugh at you unless their life is so fucking pathetic that that's like the highlight of their day. And so the highlight of their day is being mean to somebody that's trying to be successful. That person is a fucking mud person. They're a irrelevant person. They're a subhuman. Why even care? These are people that go on Twitter, post angry posts and get 0 likes or leave comments and videos. Like, why would you care about these fucking mud people's opinion? You want to care about what the Tom Bradys of the world would think about you, which is 1, they don't give a fuck. No. But if they do see you trying, they'll be like, hey, I remember being like that. I remember not being able to throw a football correctly or whatever fucking thing I was doing. So, backing all up in this video right here, be cringe. Accept being cringe. More so, pursue being cringe. Try to be as cringe as you possibly can be without being a flaming fucking bag of Cheetos dick about it. But again, pursue being awkward. Accept being bad. Accept being cringe when you try new things. Accept that people are going to look at it and be like, except the first time you're going to look back on videos of yourself like this or whatever you're doing in your business and you're like, oh my gosh, what was going on then? This is part of the process and the process that gets you to where you want to be in life. And if you don't do this first part of the process, you can't get all the good shit. So just love this part of the process because it means you're actually growing in the right direction. That's it. If you want to actually see all the videos and stuff on how to actually achieve stuff in business and whatnot, I'll link below this video. If you want to see how to get from 0 to a couple 100,000 a year, there's a video on that, 100% free. If you want to see.
Alrighty, so we'll end it there while he's plugging his links and stuff, but yeah, fun fact, Alex Becker's like one of the reasons I wear sunglasses because right now his net worth lists at over $200 million, and I love how just like raw he is, vulnerable, he like cusses, right, and he's funny, you know what I'm saying? So he's like all these things that like professional people would say is unprofessional, but then this professional makes way more money with his freaking tech company than all those guys who would judge him. Right? So anyways, you can probably tell by now I'm a fan of Alex, and I absolutely love this topic because I just seen people worrying about like, what if it went wrong? What if I look like a fool or this or that? And just like it taking up so much time and so much attention and blocking them from so many freaking good things. And everyone's freaking cringe at first, right? And for whatever reason, this video is reminding me of a friend that I haven't talked to in a while because he kind of went a different direction. But him hits me up like a week or 2 ago now and basically says, I was thinking about the time where you made me take my first sales call, right? I've been high ticket sales for over 6 years now, and this was like at the beginning. And I was like, I wish I could remember that. I don't remember that. And he was just like, yeah, well, if you remember, I was DM setting, which is where you like text people online to try to get them to book an appointment to get leads. It's freaking a lot harder than other forms of sales in many ways. It's just cold outreach through DMs, right? And then I was like, I wanted to take calls, but I never had the confidence, right? And then one night, like I apparently I went to him and I was like, if you don't hop on some motherfucking phone calls today, you're going to pay dinner for every one of us, right? And he said he took his first 3 calls and then he started like multiplied his income after being great on the phone because the dude's really smart. He just had that freaking fear built up for whatever reason, right? And then now he's the COO of a company that made over $10 million in profit last year. So basically everyone I've seen that's successful sucked at the beginning of starting something, right? And basically their capacity to fall on their face and look like a fool and just say fuck it and do it again and again and again, it determines how fast they will improve and how fast they will exceed. So basically, cringe is part of the game if you want to do things that are beyond average, right? Or if you want to get good at something new, right? And the faster that you can just be okay with it and then just say fuck it and move forward anyways is the faster you're going to get great at whatever that new thing you want to learn is or that area you want to improve in is. So hope you enjoyed this. By the way, I run a recruiting company that's 100% free for sales reps. In case you're looking for a new sales job, you can see the opportunities that are currently hiring. We never charge sales reps. And then if you're a business owner, we do introductions for free as well. You only pay if you found the fit that you're looking for, and we guarantee they perform. So anyways, hope y'all love this, and I appreciate y'all, and let's run it up.